Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing, Postal family? My name is JayH, and we got Mr. Chooch with us today.
What's
Is
going on?
everybody, is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. I just want to know, can I be heard? Can I be heard? Can anybody hear me? Because I don't have headphones like that gentleman down there. I don't. I ain't got no headphones. I can't afford them.
All
You
right.
know who makes the money? He bought
We,
that with his 1.3%.
I think we got 1.1 on the way, buddy.
Beautiful, beautiful. How you doing, Ashante? How are you? Can you hear me? Am I sounding all right? Am I sounding okay?
Got Nick up in here. Got Mike. Chai till I die.
He said my intro is a time-wasting practice. Sorry you feel that way. Uh, Look me in the camera and tell me that you see how much I really give two ratses. Listen, before I get into the nonsense, I want to start somewhere real. We have a carrier in Jersey right now with his grandmother, uh, Lorraine Callahan. She is 97 years old. That is 97. That's a lot of life. It's a lot of memories. That has to be a lot of love. And there has to be a lot of people that she touched. Lorraine, I don't know if you can hear this today, but understand you are appreciated. You mattered. You are definitely loved and you will be missed. For real, people are going to carry your memory forward, and your family is going to carry your story. Understand that we all go through things in life, and this carrier is probably going through some things himself. So I wanted to make sure that Lorraine Callahan's name was mentioned, and she will never be forgotten. I pray I live to see 97.
Don't we all? Prayers up for you, Lorraine.
With that being said, that is real life. And no one man can change God's plan. That's bigger than all of us. All of us that are watching. Listen, we honor you. You lived. More than likely, you laughed, you loved, and you clearly left a mark. And that's from JH.
God bless. Very nice.
I wanted to say that, and I am not going to apologize for showing empathy because that's human. That is real. That's life is not just about the bullshit that we deal with at work. It's about moments like this, and one of them is about Miss Lorraine Callahan. Please don't forget that your family matters to all of us out there. Because once that door closes, you got to understand the chapter is gone. And all we have left is a memory and love. And because you are a grandmother to one of our postal brothers, you are a grandmother to us as well. We love you. All right.
Beautiful.
With
Very
that
nice.
being said, I know what it's like. I mean, I just lost my dad not too long ago, so we're all human. So we're gonna jump right in. I know I had to drag Mr. Chooch out of the I would say out of the basement, but he's back in the basement again. Um
Yeah, perpetually in the basement, buddy. Yep. I coming out of hibernation here, man. Coming out of hibernation.
um it's beautiful. Listen, there's um there's a lot of foolery and fuckery going on right now.
Oh yeah.
But it's a whole different world right now. Everybody likes to talk about the carriers, me included, acting up, dancing on back of trucks and truck drivers fooling. Well, we don't talk about the truck driver. We don't do much, but we always got something to say about what we got going on. And I know you're not prepared for this. Um, Obviously, we had the video about the carrier that stole the checks and the
Mhm.
cards and all the other foolishness. But let's be real, that's pocket change compared to the article I read recently in Akron, Ohio. I don't know if y'all know about this, but a USPS purchasing specialist had access to bids for the transportation end of it before anybody else. And instead of keeping it clean, he tells his personal friends, hey, bid under this number and you will get a contract
Mm.
with the United States Postal Service. So his buddy wins the contract worth almost $1 billion. And what does he get? He gets money, he gets bribes, he gets checks, he gets wire transfers, birthday gifts, some bullshit disguises. And that's where the real corruption is. Not some petty theft that, the clerks be doing, but millions being moved, taxpayers losing money, carriers working their asses off, and nobody notices that. And this happens while every single person is busy pointing the fingers at the carriers like that's reality. But we're going to call it what it is tonight. So apparently he got walked out. Y'all can look it up. He's in Akron, Ohio. This man just got recently walked out, and he's at the highest level. These are the people. If you don't know how bids work, they say, hey, the Postal Service would pay this amount to whoever, gets it. Now I got a company, Chooch got a company, somebody else got a company. We go in there and say, hey, we could do this for $1 million. Somebody in there, but we don't know what the other person bid. Chooch says, hey, 1.5 million. And somebody comes in there and says 875,000. Well, the person that sits on the inside knows exactly what the Postal Service is willing to pay. So he tells his buddy, hey, go in there and bid just under this and we'll get the contract. You just give me a kickback. And that's been happening all over the country. It happens to this day. I know it happens to this day. That's some bullshit. What you think about that, big dog?
Man, I have a knack for like looking up people in this place and finding out a little something extra about them. Like, we have this information out there for people to see, where we work, our salaries. And sometimes people act like it's a big surprise to say, how do you find all this information out? So, if I look up that particular son of a bitch, uh, you know, and I see what he's pulling in per year because that information doesn't just disappear as soon as he gets walked off. It stays around on that little internet thing for a while, and I'm like, yo. Did you really need to enrich yourself further? Did you
Mm.
really need to go and take something so beautiful and so clean and and Akron, Ohio, and
What
you
goes on in Akron, right?
yeah, yeah. I said Akron becomes the brunt of a lot of jokes and movies and stuff. I don't know. It's something about the sound of it, Akron. I don't, but this freaking guy, has, the audacity to, truly affect everybody sitting below him by taking those truck routes and taking those contracts and just, enriching himself and having the post office get freaking, scammed out of. And what are we talking with the fraudulent postage and all that? What was
It
the,
was
the
10 million dollars. His name is Joseph
yes,
Joseph Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe.
He got charged with conspiracy to commit conspiracy to commit honest services, mail, and wire fraud, conspiracy to commit extortion under color of official right,
Mhm.
honest service, mail, and wire fraud, extortion under color of
Hmm.
official right, receipts of bribes by a federal official, concealment money laundering. 60 years old. He's not getting out before he dies. I can't see
Cause
that happening.
cause
He said, according to the court documents, Ratcliffe allegedly shared competing bid numbers to other favorable information with companies in Washington, Nevada, North Carolina, and New York. In return, co-conspirators paid him thousands of dollars through checks, wire frauds, cash, often disguised as payments, cryptic notes like car oil leak, birthday present, coffee marker beans. And according to prosecutors, Ratcliffe would be explicit in his phone conversations and discuss specific bid amounts, even advising conspirators on how to obtain the bid submission extensions. Man, they got a ton of people that got caught up in this.
man,
Oh man, I just looked at the
unbelievable,
names. It
unbelievable.
said their role, blah blah blah. The case is being prosecuted and an assistant United States Attorney Elliott, blah blah blah, Northern District of Ohio. This is the type of stuff when you get that kind of power. And it happens, man. It is
Yep.
what it is. It happens. It's mm, mm.
That's only the beginning. You know what I mean? I mean, uh, that thievery in any way, shape, or form in this place, that's what infuriates me more than anything. When you see the 60 grand taken by the clerk, and then but this one was like extra special because this is a guy making the dollars. He's not having to be out there in the elements. He's
Yeah.
all he got to do is call his buddies up and say, "Hey, you want to sweeten your deal a little bit more? I mean, I can sweeten my pocket a little bit more." Oh, just a phone call. Just a phone call. A couple phone calls and boom. But now he's cooked, as they say. Dumb bastard.
So you also know, for those that don't know, we were investing a lot of money in a company called Ten Roads.
Mm.
What was the numbers? They said almost $1 billion a year,
At their peak, they were reaching. Yeah, they were hitting like 1 billion.
and they were the main transportation source to get around this country for many years. And they went out of business, I believe, January 30th, because the Postal Service decided to no longer fulfill their contract with their bid. And the irony behind it is, I spoke about them maybe about a year and a half ago because the APWU was representing them as well. So I found it like it was a conflict of interest, which bothered me. I was like, how do we file a grievance that they're doing our work if you're representing them? Long story short, they did that for almost 40 years. They were the company that transported our goods for almost 40 years. And now they are no longer there.
It's a long time.
Good to a degree,
Mhm.
but now what they do with the transportation, because everything goes ground, there's a little backstory for those that are paying attention, is they put our loads for a load that's going from, let's say, Pennsylvania to hell, North Carolina, a very short bid, a short run, and they will post it. Truck and trailer that was hauling mail ends up crashing and killing, 10 people. Does the Postal Service even vet their people? It's all about saving a dollar now, which means they've lowered the standards. They're no longer giving these big contracts. They're just bidding off our work, and then turn around when something like that happens. Then the Postal Service try to separate themselves, but it's like they keep putting themselves in the foolery. I I mm, I'm not happy about it. I spoke to the APWU president about it recently, and then sent him some of the articles. I've yet to hear back.
Mm. Give
I've
him
yet to
time.
hear back.
He's putting, he does like to talk, so he likes to put himself out there to answer questions, and he was doing that last night, correct? So,
Oh,
God willing, he was taking some fire. He was taking some fire too. But it's like transparency is good, even if people don't like it or not. At least the guy is putting himself out there to answer questions. So
he was taking it. So
yeah,
speaking of transparency, speaking of transparency, let's talk
God,
about the elephant in the room. What's up with those cameras that y'all gonna be using, bro? What do you
no,
think about that?
oh
I
man,
like it, but then again, I think about the carriers at the end of it.
hmm
How do you think this is gonna affect everybody? Because
yeah,
you see the video, man.
sure.
People got mixed reviews on that. I'm not taking no picture. I'm gonna throw my middle finger up. Tell me what you think.
I personally am 100% on board with it because again, transparency to the customer is everything. But of course, the first thought that crossed my mind, along with any sensible carrier who saw that, is to say that's going to be more time to do that. Peak season, 200 plus packages a day, 50 packages a day, one way or another, snapping photos, going up to the door, prompting the scanner. And then apparently you're on like a little bit of a timer to take the photo. And if you screw up the first one, you got to redo the second one. And
Oh my
maybe they want
God.
you to be in the photo because I always say, like, what's the logic of taking the picture, and putting it by somewhere to say anybody could have put that there, anybody, but obviously if it's downloading from our scanner to say, okay, the carrier on duty that day took the picture. But
Mhm.
I know everybody's initial reaction is, "Ah, what the frig? More work for the carriers, more responsibility for the carriers." But when it all comes down to it, the scanner's got the tech built into it, and as long as it's not being used for nefarious purposes, to try and bust our balls even more, I'm fine. I'll snap the photo.
So I lost you, bro.
Hmm. Where'd you lose me? I'm right here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm looking at the screen
Uh,
and the screen's going after. See, this is what happens when you got all
oh
these
yeah,
damn.
you got
I
seven.
apologize. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the
Speaking
hell's
of
going on?
Jay, yeah, you're the only person with more cameras than the post office there, Jay.
Oh shit, my bad. No, but I think that so I sent it to a couple of the postmasters around the country, and I showed it to a couple of the guys over here. The first thing that a real postmaster said, that is going to add a lot of time.
Mhm.
That's going to add a lot of time to every single carrier's route. And again, I don't deliver, but it makes goddamn sense because at the end of the day, if you hold it and you have to, from what I'm told, is you have to hold it at a distance
Mhm.
and then wait for it to do the countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you could
True.
bypass that. And so somebody said in the comments, how do you do that while you still got mail in one hand? You know what I'm saying? I don't know the
Very good.
process.
You're putting all the right thoughts together, and you're saying to yourself, okay, so we have park and loop delivery. That means you're walking door to door. You got mounted delivery. You got to jump out of the truck, walk up to the house, package in hand, place the package down, align it properly, and yeah, do this whole countdown thing. Now, when you're on a walking route and you have a large package, usually you'll drive up to the house and then go to your park point and you'll knock out all your big packages. But again, this all will translate to more time. So everybody's in the in the chat is like saying, what about when you hand it off to a customer? Do you take a picture with the customer?
I
you know,
think they do. I
yeah,
think they take a picture in the like when a guy gave me a Amazon package, he told me I need to just take a picture of it. And that's what they
yeah,
did.
it kind of like can hold your hand out, and kind of see a pair of hands. Like when a door dasher might hand me something, I'm like, I don't want to be in the damn picture. I just want to, okay, you're handing it off to me. So, but obviously, all the gray area needs to be explained, and this needs to be agreed to by the union, and it needs to be put into full effect of a contractual collective bargaining agreement. So can't just say, "Hey, guys, start snapping photos." All of a sudden, it has to be mandated. So, um, yeah,
Well, I sent it to Corey,
hmm
uh Walton, as well as Mike Cariff, just to get their feedback, and they both said it's good.
yeah,
All
yeah.
they said was it's going to benefit the carrier so long as they, you know, follow through. Whatever it is that they're gonna do behind the scenes. Like I don't know the backstory to it, but they both said it's good. It's a system of accountability, and I believe that we're what 20 years behind when it comes to that. I just feel bad for the carriers that gotta try to figure that out. You know what I mean? Because you have the
Mm.
older carriers that are just gonna be like, "No, I'm not doing it." You know, you know, um,
I'll
the
do it.
scanners suck already. From
Yeah.
what I'm told, they're gonna order new scanners. I
Mm.
I, I don't know. I just see this being so much more added to you guys, and it's almost like a slap in the face because of what you guys got or didn't get for a raise.
There you
You
go.
know, like,
Praying Mailman, a couple messages back, I saw he said, I'm seeing the projected January COLA could be possibly $102. And I'm like, Praying Mailman, I hope you are wrong, wrong, wrong. Um,
wow.
yeah, that would be, you talk about a slap in the face plus a kick in the balls. I don't know, if he might have had a reliable source. He might have just saw something in passing, but fuck, $102. I mean,
Oh
come
man.
on, man. Let's hope it's a little bit more than that. I know it ain't gonna be thousands. I mean, you saw if you remember the colas back from a couple years ago, they were pretty sweet. There was
Yeah, they were nice.
2100, 1800, and like 12. I mean, did something all like suddenly get cheaper out there? Because I sure as shit ain't seeing it.
No.
So I don't know what the fuck is going. And again, I'm no economist, but I have two eyes and two ears, so I can clearly see that. Yeah, we really took a shot to the nuts on that one.
Oof.
So
Oof.
Mr. Badman
Speaking.
here, yeah, new cola is projected low according to Kara Facebook. So
Oh man. So I see those that don't know that are new to the channel, the praying mailman is in the comment section. If you click on his picture, Just go check out his channel. You can figure out exactly what he's about the moment you click on his channel. A lot of us need it.
Yep.
Some of us will deny it, but that's pretty much the extent of it. We all needed shit. But please, if you see his name in there, just go ahead and click it and subscribe to it. It's probably the most simplistic, fulfilling words you'll hear for the day, just to make you get through it.
That's good.
Um,
Good. It's a good man right there.
oh
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
praying
there's
man.
like
Definitely
if
appreciate
we
you.
had if we had a whole group of them around, the job it might be easier to come to. I saw an article about the NGDVs. You guys have been flooding me with shit, man. What the hell?
Already a nice fat recall, huh?
NGDVs having a recall. They're
Mhm.
saying that the back wheels are falling off.
Yeah, why not all four? Like, why not just the back two? I mean, let them all fall off for the hell of it. Somebody
Oh
forgot to
man.
somebody forgot to use the ratchet properly. But I mean, come on, man. I mean, what are they going per unit? They're saying at 50, 55, 60,000,
57. Yeah.
57,000 per unit. They're pulling the parts from Ford and wherever, and we've seen them crumbled up like freaking sardine cans already for the couple that have have gotten in accidents. And I don't know, man. it was this deal's going pretty raw, pretty fast.
Yeah.
I hope they sort that recall out quick. We need them things
So
bad.
they
I
have a bunch of the e-transit vans. They got the NGDVs rolling out. I mean, obviously the rollouts are pretty horrible.
Yep.
I spoke to the VMF, vehicle maintenance facility uh, people, just for those that don't know, just to ask them why. And if anybody has an NGDV at your facility, I'd like for you to go and just visually look at the back wheels. You will notice that on the back wheels, there is a hole goes right into the yeah, I don't know if you've seen it yet.
What? No.
So, yeah,
Listen,
there's a
no.
hole that goes straight through. It doesn't matter if it's gas or electric.
Uh,
And that is so that they can add something else like the four-wheel drive to it or the all-wheel drive, and it's not automatically put in there. It's something that you can utilize, or the space is there to upgrade it. But I believe there was a defect. They're saying that there was possibly a defect when they put that in there, and they didn't. I don't know the terms. I'm not a mechanic, but nonetheless, that is what's causing the back wheel to fall. Bro,
wow.
that's a big piece of machine. Just
It's a
imagine
lot.
driving
It's
that little
huge.
mini bus down the street and the back wheel fall off. And for those that don't know, if you've never been in one, more than likely, I didn't want to talk about it, but we raw right now. You will throw your shoulder out closing that door.
Wow.
I don't.
Yeah.
You've been in one yet?
Well, you're a bigger guy than me, and you're telling me if it feels like
Easily,
that for you, it's gonna feel like that for
easily.
me. So
So when you reach back to go pull the door,
yeah,
those doors are heavy, heavy. I got a guy that works out all the time, and I promise you. And I told that to Karif. I told him the same thing. I said, man, these doors are heavy. I sent him a video of it. I said, this is somebody's gonna throw their shoulder out
mm,
easily. It's not like
wow,
even the not the NGDVs, the LLVs and the
hmm
FFVs.
yeah,
Those doors are they
yeah,
raggedy
yeah.
and some
No,
of them will
yeah.
stick.
You, you know how many
No,
times
man.
I get in and out of my truck every day on my route? Roughly 200 times. So thank
So
you for
just think
that.
about that.
Yes, thank you for that information. I can't wait.
Oh man, there's gonna be some issues with it,
Yeah,
and they're brand new. It's not like they're jammed. It's not
yeah,
even if they could put more grease on it. Just imagine the side of a ProMaster. Their back door is heavy.
yeah.
That's like you just reaching back while you're sitting to close that door back and forth. Those doors are heavy, man,
Wow.
and
And
the passenger side window don't go down.
well, it's got air conditioning, so that's supposed to account for not having that. But
Suppose the air condition
it
doesn't
doesn't work.
freaking.
Yeah, then I'm busting the window out. I don't give a fuck.
Let me answer Jay Trent. How you doing, Jay? How can you prepare yourself for the TTO assessment? Um, there is no real assessment. All you got to do is you're putting in your driving history and your driving record. That's it. That's how they judge you. So if you say you got 10 years of driving history and you have no accidents and you've driven a straight truck, you've driven X amount of miles, that's what they base it off of. That's all it is. Now, when you go take the actual test, Chooch got to see today when we do. That's a different story. I hope you can drive.
Oh man, yeah. I said, thank God for JH and a little assist. Yeah.
Oh man, don't. Anyway, yeah, so that's all it is. Your assessment is just based off your driving history and your driving record with your companies. That's all it is. I'm serious though. If you have a ProMaster WD sliding door, it helps a lot to save your back.
Mm, okay.
Yeah,
Pro
I
with the
mean,
ProMaster. Yeah.
yeah, those are those
This
doors. We in and out. We train them from things, man.
this
No,
is
no,
in.
but back
Go ahead.
back to the theft and management.
Mm,
Um, I don't mean the carrier who messed up a scan or snagged a gift card or none of that stuff. I'm talking about the inside job at every level. The supervisors be gaming time. They game the time.
mm-hmm.
And it's time that y'all start reporting them. I feel so empowered after listening to Jonathan Smith yesterday. Oh, let me tell y'all, if you don't have a safety checklist, one of Shy, please, you know what? I'm gonna forward this to him. I'm gonna have him put a link in the description so that you can text the specific number. And when you text the specific number, they will give you a spreadsheet of a safety checklist. And it goes through every single thing that you can use. What is it? 1767s?
1767. Yep.
Yes. And you need just look it over. Just look it over. Everybody should have this at all times. Anyway, if you're dealing with your management, and I just found out recently, there's managers that are sitting there, they're using what is that stuff? The veterans time.
Mm-hmm.
The vets have specific time that they're able to have off, and they're working with each other. Supervisors are like, this one went away for a month, and the other supervisor was putting the time in and covering for this one and going back, and these two supervisors end up getting walked out. They're getting walked out. They're
Mm-hmm.
monitoring their managers, but they don't know what those managers are doing unless you guys stop with the being. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Stop being scared and speak up.
Yep.
Time for everybody to sit there and backpedal, not shit talk like Jay, but the backpedaling has to stop. If anybody watched that live yesterday with Jonathan Smith, I thought my plant was bad until I heard about the one plant in the brand new RPDC,
Palmetto.
Palmetto. They don't
Three
even have
cell
phone
phone
service.
reception. Yep.
They don't have phone service in the building.
3 deaths in less than 2 years. 3 deaths.
And they had the person on, and I guess they were opening a package. Is that what it was? A package?
Yep.
And white powder went into the air.
Mm-hmm.
It got in one of the either mail handler or clerk's eyes.
Yep.
Tell them what the manager said, the supervisor.
You
Did you
tell
hear
them.
that?
Well, yeah, refresh my memory.
Oh, the supervisor told them that they could not go to wash their eyes out until their break. You
Unreal.
hear me? I
Unreal.
gotta look at the camera. You can't go to the bathroom to wash your. They're telling them that the lady's eyes were burning. You can't go to wash your eyes out until your break. You cannot call 911.
Fuck.
The lady sat there and end up going blind.
Unbelievable.
Blind.
Believable. I
This
would.
is within the last year and a half. Now
Yeah.
they're telling war stories around the country. And Jay Smith was like, no, that's not, it can't happen like that. So everything that the managers are telling you, what you can and can't do, all that fear mongering stuff, arm yourself with knowledge. Don't be
Mm,
rebels, but arm yourself with the knowledge. So you're not sitting there just, it doesn't even make sense. Everybody's like, oh, Jay, what is it that you do? What are you stepping up? I'm bringing all of y'all together because you have access to people that will help you, whether it's this man on here, whether it's a Cariff, whether it's a Corey Walton. I've sent people to all of them, and every one of them has helped them. Don't be thinking that you bigger than the last person. If you need help, reach out. One of these people around this country, all you gotta do is put your comment out there. Once your comment goes out there, somebody knows something. and they will walk you through whatever it is you need. It's about networking. They didn't have this 10 years ago. I don't have all the answers. He don't have all the answers, but somebody can get you the answers.
Damn
Whether
right.
it's rural, because we got people in our chat group that are rural presidents, a couple of them. We got shop stewards from all parts of this country in my chat group. Listen, we'll try and help you. So long as you're not one of them that act up and dance for bands or nasty dancer for money.
Oh Jesus, man! Don't get me started. Now, yeah, let me just chime in there, to piggyback off of that to say that it all starts with that man right there, and it all trickles down to get us motivated, get us talking. The respect that I've gained for just the idea of what carriers have dealt with in the last calendar month, like I'm in Pennsylvania. Everybody pretty much knows this. All right, it was like Chicago, and I learned about Chicago and my boys in Chicago and the temperatures that they see on a regular basis around this time. Pennsylvania is usually 15, 20 degrees above that. Pennsylvania was not above that. We just got above like freezing today for the first time in about 3 weeks. And it was great. Like, it was the first enjoyable day I had. That's why I've been in like hibernation, because I'm like, I'm fucking freezing and I'm too damn wiped out to come on and talk. But, I said, thank God, we knew that was going to go away eventually, but it has been a rough month. So respect to every carrier across the nation, that is out there freezing cold. I don't care where you are. Everybody deals with some form of heavy heat, heavy cold. Nobody has the perfect weather. Maybe some guys do, but but we have really been taking it a kick in the ass. And yeah, there's Neff the DJ. Chooch, you want Philly, Philly? Yeah, let's do it. I appreciate you, Neff. Um, yeah, it's crazy just how ridiculously cold it's been. And you're sitting there, and then you're hearing about $100 cola, God forbid. And when you're out there freezing your asses off, numb to the bone, cold, your frostbite on your hands, if everything just feels numb to the bone. And I'll say management has been lenient. I'll use that word to say that my management has been understanding of these conditions, and we don't get hounded too bad, but that all changes as soon as it warms up again. That's coming. So, yeah, just continue. I know my guys, across the board here from Iowa, Texas, the Chicago guys, my boys up in New York, even my guys down in Florida were a little cold lately. So we all felt the wrath of Mother Winter, and we're still feeling it. So
Bro,
we
it dropped down to like 72 in Florida. I don't even want to talk about it.
yeah,
Anyway.
I know. Yeah, I worry about 49 states. I don't care about that 50th one. Yeah.
Oh man. Listen, I thank the individual that just shared this with me. We're gonna just kind of circle back a little bit. First, in the pin description, that's the safety thing. For anybody that wants to get the safety worksheet, please. Checking in from Houston, Texas. Houston, Mississippi. Um, it says the pilot test, talking about we circling back
Mm,
with the cameras and the scanners.
yep.
It says the pilot test will involve both rural and city carriers.
Mm,
The pilot test will begin February 9th in 4 locations: North Valley, Westpac, Arizona, New Mexico, Midtown, Atlantic, New York,
mm,
uh, Moorhead, Central. There's a lot of letters here. Grapevine, Southern Texas. That might be you there, Houston.
mm.
But that's so far. But when they do pilot tests, they always expand like they did with the PVO. Um, Thank you, Jay, from Seattle, Washington. Seattle cold. It's
Yep.
beautiful out there, but it's cold out there. All right, see what I say? I start
Mm,
talking about stuff, people start sharing stuff. I
yep.
appreciate you.
Take
Um,
Always good information coming in.
and thank you, Shia, for pinning that. So back to the whole thing with the management.
Yep.
If y'all don't hold them accountable and let them continue to bully you, that's on you. You cannot allow them to bully you. We hear about so many managers telling people, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. I was on Mic Drop Monday the other day, and he was like, Jay, you seem like an old man. This Mike getting at me. He's telling me about the TikTok things. That you really against that TikTok. And he said, I have never seen language that says that you can't record, you know, TikTok. There's nothing defined. So he kind of put me in my place with that. I still disagree with it, but he would know better than others. So again, I don't know all the answers, but they you you
Let-
have you have you have shop stewards that will fight for you, that'll point you in the right direction, for everything, regardless of. I was just dealing with some shit recently with the truck drivers. I don't think I even mentioned it to you. They just came down and told all the truck drivers that they have to be in full uniform. They can no longer wear shorts.
Mm.
No longer wear shorts. Now, if they allow me to order shorts on the website, why can't we wear? And they want us to wear tie,
Oh my
a
god.
tie, tuck your shirt in, wear a tie, and no shorts. I'm like, sorry if there's any
Yeah.
late women in here, but
Yeah.
we get in the back of those trailers. It's 150 degrees in the summertime. My Yeah, I'm sweating in places. Okay, that's a male yeast infection waiting to happen. You got to have some shorts. It doesn't make sense, and somebody did some research and found the language out that says that we, including the carriers, we have the same type of uniform. So long as it's postal issued, then we're fine. But they're saying it came down from Washington. So
Mm.
again, it just takes people to stand up and know the information. And I don't know it all, but once I share that information, somebody comes back and shares more of it.
Exactly. It's so, listen, this current moment, there seems to be a lot of like made up policies, daily doses of, flavors of the day, whatever you want to call it. We're all used to this. I've been, it's been 20 years for me, and people are slowly but surely going to say, like, where did that particular thing that they're telling us to do now come from? And some people will just go along and say, okay, my manager told me that this is what we have to do, so I'm going to do it. I'm like, did you run that by anybody that's been here a little while longer to confirm that that might be bullshit or not? Because I can tell you, 9 out of 10 that I hear about are just phony. They're not in the language. And when you talk about Mike and how he said about TikTok saying there's no language, I got to say, like, my union brethren, like, it's all about speaking the union language. And the union language is what is written on paper and what is in that M41 and M39 and that JCam. So as long as something is in there and says this is what we do, then that is sure as shit as you're born, that is what they are going to go by. As to where, me, I still have this blockage in my head, just kind of the way you think, Jay, to say that I just don't want to see classless shit done on the internet while people are on the clock. Dumb shit, pointless stuff. Hey, look at me stuff. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to do anything on the clock except work, except deliver the mail, work, and get the job done, and then come home to the comfort of my home in my basement and talk on here, and away from all of that, you know?
Hmm.
That's what we know, and that's what Jay knows more than anybody. Because, like I said, he starts this thing. Lays the groundwork for people to say, "Well, no, I want to try that because this guy has been doing this for 8 years, and he went through what he had to go through to make sure that he can continue doing this." So we're all here because he cleared a path for us, So, um, but I still say, that we have to, show some class and decency when, we're in that uniform and we're putting that ridiculous tie on with our pants.
Oh my God.
I can't fucking even picture that, man. That is just, I started well after the tie went away, in 2006. But, carriers would always say, yep, had to do the tie, had to do, but obviously, if you want to talk about a relaxed uniform policy, and you just look no further than the streets of the of America right now with what carriers wear. You know, it is what it
So,
is.
um, so a union reality check,
Mm.
and um, Just so y'all know that you obviously the union isn't some superhero. People can't stand it. Some people love it. They do help, but they don't fix everything. The stewards, they get overwhelmed. All of your logs are backed. What do they call it? The
Mm-hmm.
grievances are
Yeah,
backlogged.
grievances are backlog.
Um,
Yep.
a lot of you do not know your rights. I do not know your rights. I barely know my own rights. The only time I get to learn my rights is when something pops up. Somebody comes to me, hey man, this is this. And I mean, I can't keep up with a thousand things, but a lot of the carriers, a lot of the postal workers in general expect magic. You still have to know the contract. And again, I'm not anti-union. I'm anti-bullshit. And if you think the union is going to swoop in and fix a multi-million dollars uh, worth of corruption up in the top, we need to wake up because that's just not going to happen. We could sit there and point fingers and say, hey, union, go fix this. But each of you, I think on your time, I don't know if y'all still have time cards, but on the back of a lot of your badges, you have the OIG's phone number. You can look it up. Report shit. They have nothing to do with their life except to research. It does not happen overnight. I promise you it don't happen overnight. But they do get the job done. They
Yep.
will eventually do it. Some of them will corrupt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta be smart, know your rights, and you need to stand up when it matters. Because the more I hear from every single person nationwide, it just makes me say, this organization sucks. So long as we continue to allow it to suck, it pays our
Yep.
bills. You got to go there, etc. Someone was recently told you can no longer be on social media talking, what was it, talking negatively about the
Talking
post office.
negatively about the post office. Yeah.
I sent that shit to Corey Walton. He laughed his ass off.
Damn right he did. Because he does it.
Yeah.
He does it as he does it better and better than just about anybody. So
Oh
you know,
my God. It
you're a close second, but man, when he gets on a roll, man, he gets on a roll. You know.
yeah. Y'all really gotta like I'm pleased with Jonathan Smith to this point because even if he's bullshitting, he's stirring the pot. He's not scared to say it because he said, I know there's management watching. That's what you need. From the rural carriers to the regular carriers to the mail handlers. That's what you need. You need somebody that's not going to be scared. And unfortunately, a lot of what I'm hearing and reading from everybody is that a lot of the union is just siding with management.
Mm.
What's up with that? What's up with that? You siding with management, Chooch?
Not this fucking guy. They hate my ass and they'll hate me until the day I die. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I said, and that's it's like I don't want to be contentious. I don't want to be bad. I just want a fair and just workplace. And unfortunately, you have corruption on both sides. You have it with union stewards and not putting forth their best efforts, if any effort at all. You have management that takes advantage of that singular thing, that there's no steward, because nobody really wants it. It's a thankless job in most respects, but at the same time, you gotta have somebody in there to check management. It's clear as day that life will get better. I am living proof that by having the presence and being an active carrier and being in there, that it will get better. Not saying it's great, but I'm saying better. Better is something in this place. You could, tell me your last 15 stories that have to do with the post office. Tell me, is any one of them use the word, "Hey, it got better"? No, I fucking guarantee you, nobody will say, it's getting better. I said, but here I am saying we got a little better. We got a little better. So and I don't just take sole credit for that. I say I take for my local, for what they do, for carriers doing what they're supposed to do for the most part, and for management realizing that, oh, they're paying attention now. Fuck, so we got to kind of lay off a little bit. Yeah, simple as that. Simple
A
as that.
lot of this has to do with and this is the part y'all gonna hate. A lot of the carriers cannot take shortcuts. No more.
Yeah.
No more shortcuts
Nope.
because it's cutting into your time. Um, and this is not me picking at y'all, but if you follow every single step that you are supposed to do, what do y'all call it? The J cam? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Every single step that you're supposed to do while delivering mail, your routes will no longer be shortened. Even when they bring you those cameras, if you follow every single step, they will have no choice not only to keep your routes the same size, cut some of the excess off the top of it, but they're gonna stop playing that game where they went from what was it, an hour and a half of office time down to an hour 15
Hour,
minutes down to an hour, now
45
45
minutes.
minutes. Come on,
It's
man. They just keep thinking y'all are robots. You know what?
yeah.
Go figure it outside. No, to the times y'all are out there, um, what's his name? Jay Smith was talking about the de-icer to put on the roof of vehicles. It's not your job. I understand y'all want to be safe, but the post office has enough money to pay somebody to come out there. It's not like they don't know you're coming in on a Tuesday.
Well, that
They know
brings
you're
me
coming in on a Tuesday. Y'all are up there whooping, busting your ass already. You want to be out there cleaning the ice off the top of your roof
mm,
before you go out on the route? You're gonna be frozen and frostbitten. We have some very petite women. We have some very old gentlemen, old women. They're not supposed to be out there expending the energy that they already have prior to even delivering one piece of mail. It's nonsensical. It's dangerous. It's a safety hazard. And unless y'all sit there and stop saying, it's my job to deliver mail. Yes, it is your job to deliver mail, but it's not your damn job to sit there and do their job.
yep.
Stop giving them money. Stop punching in early and doing work off the clock. You're
Oh,
giving them money.
never,
Stop that shit. Do
never.
everything by the book so you get what you deserve. You earn the fucking money that you're working for. And you're not getting paid enough. But so long as a bunch of you keep sitting there playing those games where you sit there and just, I'ma just rush, I'ma just rush, I'ma just rush. Fuck the rushing. Do what they tell you to do exactly. They can never, ever, ever say that you're doing something wrong. No, this is what's in the book. This is, oh, but we need you to rush.
I
I can't reach that. I'm not standing on my car to reach the top of the roof. I'm short. It's not your job. Stop being super people. Your job is to deliver mail safely. You got to deal with dogs. You got to deal with assholes like me. You got to deal with assholes like me more. You got to deal with bullshit. You should not be freezing your hands in negative 10 degrees trying to clean off snow. No, it's not your job. It really ain't. Somebody tell me I'm lying.
let me ask chat and everybody up in here. Okay, how many of your parking lots at your stations do you feel were plowed properly, and how many people picked up a snow shovel, a carrier, and had to shovel some form of snow? Be honest, and obviously, I'm obviously saying it because I fell victim to it myself. We had the worst plowing experience that I've ever seen in my 20 years. Postmaster's been trying to correct the situation, but I don't know, just doesn't seem to be wanting to be corrected. I'm talking about sheets of ice in areas that there's not supposed to be sheets of ice where you're trying to move your hamper, get out of your car. Parking situations are worsened because snow isn't cleared out of employee parking areas. I mean, this is this
Said
is
he
this,
was ordered to shovel the dock to so we can get the out so we can get the mail.
don't you
Shovel.
know?
Should have told them to shovel. How long you been here? 2 hours? You better change them little slip slides you got on your feet and go out there and shovel it. Come
People
on,
brought
man.
people brought shovels from their own homes. I say this guy
No.
picked. I mean, I saw people taking scrapers out of their. We have scrapers, we have like rock salt, but we needed like ice melt, serious ice melt. And finally, once somebody took a little spill, the ice melt showed up. You know what I mean? And when it should have been there all along. And like, again, I understand that, management is not the actual plow people. The maintenance, is only one person usually that can only do so much. But, when you're hiring a plow person to come and take care of something and they just do a half-ass job instead of the full on thing, and then we are left to be the victims of their half-ass job. It's just like how do you think people are going to be coming to work, or maybe not coming to work because they know what's waiting for them when they get there? You know what I mean?
So
It's
at the end of the day, the reality is that every specific post office has a finance number. We all know that. Well, most people know this. And that finance number gets us allotted a certain amount of money. And that certain amount of money is used for the specific needs for that post office. And if they need to buy de-icer, which I just found out yesterday watching the APWU thing, it's already factored into their funds.
Yep.
They're supposed to have it for you. And if they feel like, hey, you're going to shovel, which I suggest nobody do, because now you've done the job of a company that they would have been paying that's already factored into the money that they have, because the more money that they save goes right to that what?
You
That
need to.
bonus that they have,
Yep.
and that y'all complain,
Yep.
why are they getting so much money? Because I said it, two T's in a bucket. Fuck it.
Hug
Stop
it.
giving them those bonuses.
Yep.
Let them do everything correctly. And if they get the bonus after, then so be it. But if you're going to be the snow shovel, if you're going to be the one bringing in your scraper, you're going to be out there doing the labor that they were going to pay, $4,000 for somebody to come out and de-ice the lot and drop the bags of salt. Who's to blame for that? You.
About the carrier who went and said what he said on his Facebook page, and then next thing you know, he's put off the clock. He's EP'd, and someone put a video out about that, and suddenly he was right back into work, and he was off the EP because he simply stated our parking lot is not cleared out. We had to shovel a shitload of snow, and it's
Mhm.
still not even anywhere near acceptable conditions. So I'm saying something about it and hoping to gain the attention of somebody on the outside, and it did, and it worked. I don't know if his lot was properly cleared, but the guy was brought right back to work after
Yeah.
they tried to EP him for bullshit.
So this one said that they didn't the money they save gets them a bonus. He didn't know that. So I don't know if that's sarcasm, but they get pay for performance. So they
PFP.
don't get regular raises like we do.
Mm.
But what happens is let's say they get a rating, a specific rating, and whatever their rating is factors in. If they're making 70 grand a year and their rating gives them 4 or 5 grand for the year, that bonus stays on top of their annual salary. So now they're making 75 grand. But their bonus is factored off of a lot of things: the office time saved, the overtime saved, the personal expense. There's a lot of factors. Look up pay for performance and you will see um how many overtime EAS hours, how many carrier time hours, how many overtime carrier hours, how many uh, clerk hours, how many window clerk hours. All of that stuff gets factored in.
All of it.
So you have some excellent management that knows how to navigate the system, and everybody will work for them and they work with you. And they get decent bonuses because they know how to deal with people. But there's very few far and in between. I wish I got that one dude, Mr. E. I wish that he would train half these people around this country on how to do what he does, because he gets the job done, he gets the respect, and the people respect him. And man, he don't come home looking stressed.
Yep.
Not the
Talked
way the
to,
rest of these people do.
we talked with him. I talked with him live, and yeah, I said, I've seen that, and I've seen that kind of person in my postal time, but obviously it's a diminishing kind of personality these days. There's not a lot of empathy, not a lot of rule following, and like I said, you gotta put that knowledge daily in your head to be ready to combat that shit because it's prevalent. It's prevalent these days.
You see, this type of stuff we read in the comments. I got hit by a forklift, but they're trying to blame prior discipline. They can't blame anything that you have done before. Well, if you got hit before, then obviously you got bad luck. But
Yeah.
you
Is this
can't
your
get
first
hit
forklift
twice.
hit? I mean, Jesus Christ. Uh,
Nah,
yeah,
nah, nah. You can't get hit twice. So,
no.
what's the rule with the discipline? You want to educate somebody on that? something that you can't get disciplined twice on the same issue or something like that? Like if
Um,
somebody gets disciplined for being late, then 2 days later they get in an accident, then 2 days later they miss a scan. Can they pile that up, or are these three separate issues?
three separate issues essentially. I mean, it said as odd as it seems like to say that a motor vehicle accident, a slip and fall, and a late and a tardiness or something like that. That in management's head, of course, is, oh, I'm building quite a profile on you. But the union can take each one of those and slice them and dice them up and say, no, 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 no. This was this. This was this. This was this. And you know that that whole that whole thing where someone like this guy saying he's had something happen previous and now something's very similar is happening again. I mean, we've heard about somebody who had multiple things going on out in the truck, and like they seem to still be gainfully employed with the post office. So I hate that there's an imbalance of stories sometimes that are told. Like one guy gets almost his head taken off by a forklift, and they're saying that's his fault. And then another person did a 180 in an LLV and smashed up and just drove away and didn't have anything happen to them. And like, you gotta tell me why this one over here is having their balls busted and this one doesn't. It has to be the same shit straight across. Same kind of discipline, same kind of repercussions, not not this double standard thing all the time. That's what I say from the get go. I'm so tired of double standards in the post office. They exist and they fucking suck.
Mm.
And
Different rules for different fools. My man,
put that on a
Mr.
t-shirt.
Polo.
Put that on a
Yeah.
t-shirt. Yep. Beautiful.
Um,
What else you
so management playing with your hours.
got? Oof. Never,
Management.
never once, 20 years have I ever looked at a virtual time card
Wait, wait,
or
wait,
uh,
wait.
uh,
Hold
go
on.
go ahead.
Tell me about TTO protocol delivering load to post office. TTO dropping off on the dock or push it in the building. You drop it off on the dock. You do not push it in the building because the moment you walk through those doors, if you slip and fall, it's on you. If you choose to do it, that's on you. But they're supposed to have clerks there, a receiving clerk. So that title of the clerk, um, sales, service, and distribution clerk, SSDA. So sales, service, and the district,
Yep.
sales, service, and distribution associate. A lot of times they would not have somebody when I got there, and they would not push the mail out to me, and I wasn't going in the building. And I tell them if the mail was not there by a certain time, I'm out of there with or without the mail. So now you got management pushing it out. Oh, the other driver used to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, the other people, we don't have anybody here. There's a small lady, two T's in the bucket. They're supposed to have somebody there to pull the mail in. That is part of their job description. If you choose to push the mail in the building, that's on you. Your job is to move it off of your trailer, put it to the side safely, to leave a space for them to get it and pull it in. Because as it's coming in, they're scanning it. You're supposed to scan it off your truck, delivered. Do not push it in the building. I don't care what your management tells you to do. That's not your job. If
You
you
know,
have
like,
any questions behind that, speak to your craft director.
you know how excited Jay gets when someone gives him a TTO question?
Yeah,
There's
that I
there's
know. I know about truck
10,000
driving.
carrier questions all fucking day, and then somebody finally's like, "Yo, TTO, yes, this is my department. I can answer this one."
That one I know.
It was beautiful. I mean, so much detail in that answer.
No, it's true, man. We used to do that,
Oh
man. And
yeah, I know how that routine goes. I've worked, been on that loading dock for all those years, and I see who's supposed to grab it, who's supposed to move it inside, who's supposed to move it outside, and there's a line. There's a line that you don't cross that line.
yeah.
You know?
So there are scenarios if you work on a Sunday, where they may give you keys and you're supposed to push it into the vestibule between the first door and the second door. But again, just like he said, there is a line that inside of every post office, if you cross that line when you go inside the building and you don't have the code, you're going to set off the alarm and the police are going to show up. A lot of people don't
Hmm.
know that. Don't go inside a post office. You ain't supposed to.
Hmm.
Um, so we're not supposed to be going in there. So we'll have a full trailer, but we're gonna stuff it all inside of there and secure the mail. It's our job. Secure the mail inside of the building if you're there on a Sunday. But if it gets too full, you're supposed to go back. Hey, there's no space. That's that. But 99.9% of the time, they can sit there and argue with you all you want, the people at the station, but you do not answer to the plant. You do not answer to the stations. You answer to transportation. That is the one benefit behind it. They
Hmm.
cannot touch you. There it is. Doors and chains unlocked. They got to
Very
have
true.
somebody there.
Yep. Very true. Someone just threw out the UPS second buyout. Should we touch on that?
Ooh, go for it.
Okay.
That's a lot of money, but I don't think it's
Okay.
enough.
So round one of the UPS driver buyout was for every year of service, they were going to give you $1,800. So my friend UPS Bill was offered $38,000 because he's been there for 20 years. Like I've been at the post office 20 years. And I said, $38,000. Uh, I said, "What do you think?" And he's just like, "I ain't fucking going anywhere. That's garbage." So in comes round two, where now the Teamsters are highly against this one, saying that they're bringing in litigators and they're trying to, kill this thing at the get go, while UPS is saying we will give any regular full time carrier $150,000. Now, of course, you have to factor taxes. You have to, you know. I said that's going to shave it down a little bit, but sounds a hell of a lot better than $38,000. Regardless of what it's taxed down to. You offer me that number now at this point in my career, I'm probably still turning it down, just like the way UPS Bill, who's a little older than me, said he's turning it down also. But yeah, I mean that's crazy to think that they went from, well, let's try this measly 1,800 per year thing, and then let's hit them with the $150, because you see things are dropping like they're dropping like flies over there. There's all kinds of consolidation and joints being shut down, and seemingly I think their consolidations involve a lot of movement in my area right now, where he was, going to one location, and now he's being spread out to more locations. So, you know, definitely, got my eyes and ears on that, and I have a good source of information, someone who actually works for them and does the job. So, that that is never happening for us, by the way, folks. So get that. I saw somebody say,
Boom.
you think the carriers are getting them? Like, the carriers have never been offered a Vera, a voluntary early retirement. Clerks, yes. Mail handlers, yes. Supervisors, management, yes. Not carriers. Carriers are always in need, always going to be needed, and they are not going to offer. And if they did offer some, it would be shit. And just being real, it would be shit. It would be.
So what I'm reading is the Teamsters Union on Monday asked the federal court to stop UPS from initiating a second voluntary buyout program for package car drivers, saying the effort to eliminate jobs violates the national contract. So they said they were not going to be eliminating any more jobs. The union, which represents about 338,000 drivers, filed an emergency motion for a temporary restraining order, wow, against UPS in U.S. District Court of Massachusetts. The filing detailed at least 6 alleged violations of the national master contract by UPS in the rollout of the buyout program, including direct dealing with workers over new contracts and eliminating jobs when obligated to create more positions. The Teamsters argue that the driver choice program violates the union contract because it wasn't negotiated, and any program that changes the terms of employment, such as a compensation and separation, must be bargained with the union. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not it. And I'm gonna even comment. I just read the article. Um, so everybody, like you just said, somebody said, is it going to happen with us? Listen, federal job equals stability,
Mm.
regardless of, unless somebody in the White House says otherwise.
Mhm.
You're working for the United States Postal Service. That's literally backed by the government. We have a lot of shortcomings, um, and short of a massive restructuring, bankruptcy, which we've been in,
Yep.
or nationwide privatization that's not happening anytime soon,
Nope.
you can realistically count on your paycheck because private carriers, they're laying off people left and right every year when the volume drops.
Boom.
Major companies, I get them. I promise you, I get like 12 articles a day from
Yeah.
somebody that just keeps sending me stuff. Amazon, FedEx, DHL. Was it DHL that closed
Yeah.
and they
Yep. Yep. Right on. Yeah.
60,000
Yep. 60.
just
Mm-hmm.
some crazy number. And they came in, they just eliminated a whole shift or something like that.
There's about 46 or 66,000 workers. Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, it was just
a big
wild. How
number.
you
Yep.
go to work and you leave the house, kiss your honey, I'll see you later, babe.
Yep.
And you have to come back home. What are you doing here? Yeah, I ain't got no job.
Got no job.
No severance package, nothing. So you look at Amazon, FedEx, and DHL, those are pretty much seasonal market dependent jobs.
Yep.
Let this country go broke. Ain't nobody buying nothing. Look at what happened last time.
Mhm.
UPS during COVID, they slowed down a lot. FedEx slowed down a lot. But the postal service, you're guaranteed employment.
Yep.
We got the union protection for what they're worth. You got your grievances, your disputes, your disciplinary issues. There's freaking TikToks now. I'm sick of them damn TikToks. I swear I hate them damn
You-
TikToks.
You're
It's
not
somebody
alone, buddy. You're not
dancing,
alone.
and what's the caption say? Fired 4 times.
Fired 4 times and got the job again. It's Soldier Boy's, uh, bringing me back, bringing me yeah,
What the?
turn
Yeah,
my
they
swag
bragging
on.
about it.
Yeah,
But it's true. They got fired 4 times and they brought back 4 times. You're not going to lose your job. It's almost
uh,
impossible unless you go steal something.
yeah,
It's not perfect. And if management tries to screw you, you fight. You win more often than not. You got long-term benefits. You got a fairly decent retirement and pensions. A lot of things that most people only dream about. And I can only say this because I promise you, I have these classes and I see people coming into these classes that are in their late 50s coming to be carriers. And I look at them like, I would never try to start to be a carrier at that age. It's just, it's physically taxing compared to what y'all used to do. And even if you leave tomorrow, you still have some type of safety net when you hit retirement age. The job demand is consistent. The mail, as
yep.
much as we say is disappearing, there's still going to be
It's
something there. They're
still gonna
switching
be
the
something there.
packages.
It's still gonna be heavy. It's still you still gotta lift it. You still gotta take it up to the house. You still gotta walk miles and miles. You still gotta drive that goofy truck.
Yep.
And it's taxing on the body, it's taxing on the brain. Nick's up in here. Nick's always putting out the great words of wisdom like blessed for the job, stressed by management. Scumbags get treated like royalty and hard workers get screwed. That's right, Nick.
Mm. There it is. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, for anybody that's asking about the APWU back pay, ours is supposed to be in April. Booyah.
And the rural, somebody was asking about the rural back pay also. Maybe MJ could shed a little light on that.
I'm not sure about that one yet,
I
but
think
I'll
it's
get that
I
information.
think it's April. I think it's April.
Yeah,
Don't
it's probably the same time we got.
yeah.
So even during inflation, we get some type of cost of living adjustment. I don't want to bring that up with the carriers.
Full calls for the APWU every step of the way. Carriers only the top step gets the 100%.
Right.
Bullshit.
But
Mike,
private carriers, they barely get any, guarantee of that. And they can slash their pay at any time by the market. So the real talk and the caveats. Listen, management can make your life miserable. They do. The new camera thing that's going in there, the new trucks, the extra hours. It is what it is. Nick, you better stop running, brother. You, Yaya, and the other one up in Aaron, y'all slow down, man. Work at normal people's paces, man. Y'all, I'd never been. If I went to work at your station, Nick, they would fire me in a day because I'm not going to be able to keep up. Like, they're like, what is this clown doing? You still got insider corruption. I hear about it all over the country. Um, all over the country, you have buyouts and the politics are real. You're hearing about these buyouts with major companies, UPS, um, other main companies a lot of y'all don't know about, but your job is secure. You just have to really know your rights. You need to pay attention. You have a freaking network. You only got to like me, but you got too many people. You have a Corey Walton, you have a Mike Cariff, you got a James Henry when he's available. You have Jonathan Smith, which is he willing to talk. You just make sure you got 2 hours to listen. You got so many people that are there willing to help those that don't know because we all don't know. But what I do know is what you didn't know yesterday is that somebody on the West Coast can tell you today to tell somebody in Massachusetts. Because if y'all start comparing your information and say, no, 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 that ain't right. No, 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 that ain't right. Let me tell you what the wording is. Let me tell you what the language is. That's when you become stronger, stronger together, not divided. I said it before and I'll say it again. The carriers are the most divided craft out there, and y'all are most powerful, but you're divided amongst yourselves. Help each other, give some information to each other, watch yourselves win. Don't sit there and put up with the bullshit that they keep feeding y'all. I apologize. Go ahead, Chooch. I'm
Okay, no,
running my mouth. I
I'm
sound worse
just
than you.
I'm keeping my eye on the chat. I want to answer some of these questions that guys are throwing at me here. Big Gucci Soldier Mike, Chooch, they put me on an EP and then letter of removal for what they claim is a seatbelt violation. They claim I'm a risk, but still have me working. What can I do? I can't. They put him on EP and then letter of removal for what they claim is a seatbelt violation. They claim I risk, but they still have him working. I I
A big, big,
I
big gooch. What you do is go on his channel, Chooch's channel, and write that message, and he'll
yeah,
reach out to you personally.
yeah,
That
I
way
want to
you
help.
can talk behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm
He'll
sorry
get you
we
the
can't.
info you need.
I don't want to delve deep on that one, but I will help you on that one. Like, that's it's insane to read a message like that to say that what's transpiring. But I'll help you out with that.
Oh, we got enough people in here. Boom. Thank you for bringing that up, Willie. Anyone take the NALC survey?
Mm,
Let's talk about. I wish I could put a survey. I don't know how to put a survey up in here. Oh man, wait a minute. Engage your audience. Start a Q&A. Start a poll. Here we go. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. I don't
the
know how this
f-
works, but
the
I'm gonna put the
first
poll in here.
the
What's the
first
first
question
question?
The first question is basically asking about job protection. That's surprising to say that they didn't go right to economics. They went to the first question in that survey is going to ask you about your job protections. Do you feel like, and it's a kind of 1 to 5 rating. I strongly feel for this subject. I'm in the middle, or I don't really care much about it. To say that that's the first thing that they dropped is very, very kind of explanatory in my head to say, well, the economics aren't going to be good again because they just keep saying, we got no money. We're going to run out of money. Steiner said, we're going to run out of money. So they're trying to build, Renfro and company are going to try and build you up on job protection, job protection. And me and Jay just told you could run somebody over 4 times apparently, and you can still keep your job. Or these people are making TikTok saying, got removed 4 times and the union got my job. So, do we really have to increase the job protection aspects of our contract? Uh, as a carrier, I say no. Um,
Oh, the poll is going up. Would you
let's
and
see.
I put the poll, would you prefer more money over job protections?
I just click
Oh, we
yes.
at 50-50. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, we at 53-47. Ooh, ooh. Man, if you don't have a job, you don't got no money. What are we doing right now?
I'm telling you. I mean,
Oh man.
that's just me saying, like, even if you do everything right, even if you do everything mildly right, you're never gonna have to worry about losing your job. If you do a lot of shit wrong, stealing, obviously that's gonna get you tossed out of here. But you know, it's pretty damn impossible to get
Who's that
fired for
mailman
it.
Nick in this chat?
I see, Nick.
He said more money.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right. You know,
oh,
what's it? What's he say? He said, "Let's get this money."
yeah, let's get this money. Yeah.
Yens, Florida life. If it deemed medically necessary, They pay massage, but you need a good doctor to write it up correctly. Yeah, yep. I said we. Big shout out to Chai Till I Die for doing a great job as a moderator. That's right, Mikey. Thank you, Mike. Chai Till I Die. Excellent job as always with the mods. Appreciate you. And Dallas Cowgirls are winning the Super Bowl. Watch. Yeah, thanks, Abe.
Oh man.
That was,
This
good
is
luck.
this is
Good
interesting.
luck with that
See,
one.
it's split down the middle right now. And
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen is once they get the poll for the survey, when they go into negotiations, they're gonna say, hey, you know what? Let's start the carriers out at $30 an hour or whatever it is. But in exchange for that,
Mm.
let's make it easy to fire them. Then what? You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that.
Just,
But you know
just
what?
seems
It's not
like it.
me.
You know, yeah. Everybody's got to learn how to drive a truck first things first, and that's where you come in. So yeah,
Oh shit. You know what? I just found out how much we start at.
oh,
Oh
fire one ready.
man.
Go ahead,
I'm a
make us.
little pissed.
Yeah, I know you'd be pissed. You know
So
where
the
CCA
starting rate
starts at.
for a starting rate for a tractor trailer operator right now coming in the door is 33.40 an hour.
Mm,
That's the start.
mm, that's a lot
I'm
more to
like,
get.
yo, that they starting a lot higher than
It's
almost
$12, 13
double.
bucks. Yep, $13 more than a CCA.
I ain't talking about TC. I'm talking about when I started. Shit, I'm like, the guy I trained today. You saw, I was like, how much you making? Oh, you said blah. I was like the what? Shit. He
I'm
said, you ain't
seeing
about to
this.
make the chat mad. No, I ain't making the chat mad. Oh, hey man, we came in with a license, bro.
Yep.
He said, oh,
Yeah, JB, you better get on here with us one day. You better get on here with us.
mm,
And
how you guys make more? Because we walked in the door with a CDL license, man.
CDL license, man, that's the key.
There's only
C
two crafts that really can walk in the door with skilled labor, and that's maintenance typically and the tractor trailer operators. Like people come in with plumbing licenses, AC backgrounds, certain things. And I believe now just to get a CDL, I think they're paying what anywhere between 7 to 10 grand just to get a CDL.
mm,
And you have to I think there's like a year experience they have to have before they're able to apply.
tighten up the rules on who can be out there, right? I mean,
Yeah,
recent, yeah,
time to get my class A. Are you talking about to AO station? Oh, you're not talking to me. So right now it's 49 votes. The question was, would you prefer more money over job protection? And it's a
six,
60% to
six.
40%. That's interesting.
Well,
So that's the funny thing you say that, Gonzalez. There used to be a program and for truck drivers to be taught. But the thing is that like I'm certified to teach somebody how to get their CDL. The plant that I work at has to apply with the county and they have to come out and approve the facility. And if they went through and actually did that, I'd be able to do it. There's only two places in the country at this moment
Philly,
that are able to
Philly.
do it. There's one up in Philadelphia, and I believe one's in either West Virginia or Ohio.
I was just about to ask
Um,
you that. Yeah,
but I don't know where I don't know if it's Philly. It's in
or
Pennsylvania
it's
for
in
certain
Pennsylvania.
though.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere in Pennsylvania. Right.
But yeah, he said we should have to do the CDL test to deliver mail. Oh
Mm.
man. The guy that I had today was having trouble just doing parallel parking with that tractor trailer. You don't want to be part of that.
I don't want to parallel park a friggin' NGDV unless it's got that self park button, man. That thing is a I don't know, man. I finally saw one within a couple feet of me in person. It was passing through my town. We still don't have them, but and I just was like, scaling it, like you always show up against an LLV, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I
It's
mean,
massive.
It's massive. It's freaking massive. And seems to be a good amount of people in the chat that have them already. People were saying, I hate it. The door thing you said too
Oh,
heavy.
that door
Uh,
thing's a pain in the ass, brother.
I am amazed that they somehow didn't like make a smooth, like moderately like easy to open and close door. I mean,
It's
that's
smooth, but it's
but
heavy,
it's
man.
heavy. That
It feels like you're tugging on it.
you got to
It's not
take
like
it.
it could. No,
It's like a
yeah,
3/4 lever, right? Where you grab and you push like three
yes.
quarters, and that's how it
It's
releases.
uh, it's almost like the 2 ton.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know that lever?
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
2 ton lever. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know
Those
who they sat down with to put this thing together, but on the auto brakes, here's Willie. Yeah, the auto brakes are ridiculous. He said that.
Oh,
Tell me about that because you know about that. I don't know that feeling yet.
I thought I shared the video with you. So apparently, you can throw like we would put a cone behind it. So while we're familiarizing with them, if the sensors on the bumper, so if you have a cone behind you and you're backing up at a regular pace, it will start beeping, beep, 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 the closer you get to it. And then right before you hit it, it's just going to go and stop the whole vehicle and jerk you forward. Now, after you stop, you can gas it some more and it'll run the cone over. But now they can say you purposely ran something over
Hmm.
because the sensor is going to stop you beforehand. So you're not going to back up and hit a pole or,
Right.
run over a fire hydrant. But yeah, that thing's a pain in the butt.
And then the strap, if it's not pulled into into the cab and
Oh,
it's left out, that'll
yeah.
trip it.
Yep. That
This is insane. It's
the strap
absolutely
is
insane.
long. The
Yeah,
strap is
it's
long.
freaking huge. I said we got that little LLV grab. It barely sticks out when the thing they put. I mean, but it's twice the size of a truck, so they put twice the size of a strap.
I think that door is the heaviest thing on that truck.
Wow,
Yeah, it is. Oh, and
amazing.
don't drop your keys. Don't
Oh
throw your
yeah,
keys
yeah.
on the tray. Did you see that video? Did I
You
send it to
you
you?
said yes. You showed me that. Yeah, yeah, you did.
Holy
What?
mother.
That is a really bad
So
design.
on the side of the passenger side where your tray would go, if your key falls down in between the door, you got to have a hanger or something. There's no way you're going to wedge your fingers in there to get it, and it easily will fall in there. Unfortunately, I found out the hard way. But man, I don't think they thought that through because I had one of the mechanics come over with the what do they call that thing? The magnet.
Yeah,
If you don't got one of those magnets, you're not
yeah,
gonna
you're
get your damn
screwed.
key out.
You're screwed.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy. Kirk Lazarus Sr., can we please have a national sick out day? Well, uh, good luck organizing that with every carrier. But February 22nd, our fearless leader Renfro is organizing a national, fight like hell rally. Where all over the country they want to organize like we did right before the last contract, which was already negotiated, and basically we were just out there for a photo op for the news, and yeah, they're doing that on that Sunday, February 22nd. They're putting rallies together. So obviously that's not a call out day because it's a Sunday and it's a nice, probably chilly, cold day in February to go out there and show your support for something that feels like they already put out. What is it? Well, the post office is broke. We're gonna run out of money. Somebody said 1.1% this time. I'm like, yo, please,
mm.
please don't let that Tolino get another letter out there that he's going to say no. That's all bullshit. Don't believe that, and then it was true.
Mm.
So, Mike or James Henry and Corey or whatever you guys do, I said, if you come together at some point, or if it stays a separate thing, whatever it may be, Renfro gotta go. We all know this.
You think so?
I believe that I believe that more now than ever. Boston had the biggest one. What have we seen here? Renfro was forced to do that rally. You think? Yeah, Renfro.
So go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through, seeing what people are writing here. To Jay, what do you guys think? What do you? Oh, okay. Here's a good one, Matthew Denman. What do you guys think about people just getting on and the likelihood of making 30 years? Well, I got 20 at this point. I fully intend to make 30. And I do want to get the hell out of here right at that mark. I will be 57 years old, roughly. I know somebody who wants to get out of here at that same age too. I won't say who he is, but I mean, yeah, 30 years, starting now seems like very, very difficult to foresight. And a lot of people don't foresight that coming in here now because it doesn't feel like a career. It feels like, I'll see where this goes. I'll try it out. And the turnover rate is just getting worse and worse. So yeah, I understand where people say like, I want to be able to do my 30 and get out of here. But, you know, I don't know. That's not set in stone for me. I might have to do more than 30. I don't know that. I'm trying to plan for getting out of here at that point. But, even for a table one, I promise you, it don't come, nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. I do protest the idea of table two, and I'll do it until the day I die. I know it's much harder for people. I know everybody is struggling, and that's what I want the union to fix. That's what I want. One of those two guys that are going to hopefully get Renfro out of here and start working towards making the life better again for the letter carrier. And then, it all starts with not having two pay scales. It has to be one friggin' pay scale. So
Mm.
plain and simple. Tired of saying it, but that's the number one thing. The table two thing is divisive in its own creation. It'll never keep two carriers on the same page as long as it's always going to be like that.
All right, let me answer the question about the TTO.
Yeah.
What I have for your old TTO PTF here, a senior regular has a 2-drop bid. Super tells me to take the second load while a senior is still working it. If I run it, can a senior grieve it? Yes, they'll grieve it. Or can you get disciplined if you refuse it? Yep, you'll get both. So they're gonna grieve it, and if you do it, they're gonna grieve it. That doesn't affect you. They're just gonna get paid for it, which sucks. Will you get disciplined if you refuse to do it? Yeah, because they gave you a directive. Um, I'm assuming the person is taking a lot longer to do the second bid drop. And they want you to go in there and jump on it. Now, we've had situations like that where you got a senior and they just, milk the clock, but that's really none of your business. Um, Taking the second load, regardless of he's going to make his 8 hours. Now, if he's utilizing that second load to get his overtime, I don't know really how that works. Can you get disciplined if you refuse it? Yeah, they kind of gave you a directive and you're a
Mm-hmm.
PTF. So you got to kind of do what they're doing. If you're not in danger and it's not, going to cause any hazards to anybody, just do it and you can grieve it later. Hey, I don't want to do this extra work, or have your shop steward do that. But, they have situations where senior people will do stuff like that purposely just so they can grieve it. There was a lady that's a senior clerk. I forgot what they call them, T7s, T7. I forgot what they call them. And she would purposely bring all the new CCAs in there to help her throw the mail. And every single time they did it, she'd file a grievance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she's like, hey, we need to have
Mm-hmm.
more people in here. We had 4 people helping me today. I'm
Yep.
filing grievance. So she's getting paid regardless. I
Mm-hmm.
thought she was sneaky rat. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, you kind of stuck in that situation unless you're, um, in danger. You got to kind of do what they tell you to do. Now, I'm just checking at the job protection thing here. Would you prefer more money over job protections? And right now we're at 56, 57% say no. And that's them pretty much saying, I don't care if the paycheck is bigger, they want their job security. And to me personally, I said that's smart. They're staying ahead of the game. 43% say yes. They'd risk a little bit for a little extra cash. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand that as well, because people freaking starving right now. But to those people, you're gambling your paychecks. And that's why the postal service really matters. Even with the cameras, even with the new trucks, even with the buyouts, all the management nonsense, you still have a job at the end of the day, and that's your real power. That's why a lot of these people stick around, like a Chooch, like myself. I promise you, I wish I could have got in here 10 years earlier. Um, Job security beats extra money any day. There's gonna come a point in your time in your life. It may not seem like it right now, but there will come a time in your life when you're able to put your bills on auto pay. I made a video about that 3 or 4 years ago, and I was dead serious about that. Once it happens, you will see the difference. Maybe not today, maybe not next year, but eventually it will happen.
Yeah.
Um, but I still, when you guys have a Renfro that's negotiating on your behalf,
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't know if that's the smart thing to think about right now.
Mm,
More money over job protections.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Doesn't.
It seemed like something sneaky that they threw in there.
Yeah. That survey, I gotta dice up a little bit more and maybe run through that on a video on my own. But it just was noticeable, like to say, like that was the opening question. I'm like, I said, wouldn't were we suddenly going to be faced with carriers being told, well, you could be on the chopping block? I mean, like, there is the 6-year layoff clause that's been in existence forever, but I've never seen anybody excessed, let alone laid off. I mean, excess meaning you could be moved up to 50 miles to a different facility without warning, being like the low seniority carrier in an office. I worried about that at one point, thinking that was going to happen to me. But, a lot of carriers say, like, oh, I was so worried that was going to get excess. I was going to get excess. But, you know, that we don't see that too much anymore. And obviously with consolidation, you're not going to see that very much anymore. So, but one
You think
last
they what? They're
uh,
not gonna what? Consolidations.
consolidations.
What? I just looked up on Save the Post Office just a couple minutes ago. I thought I sent it to you guys. This wait a minute. Here, let me. Shit. First thing it says right here. February 5th, Postal Service update on DFA, new list of RPDCs, LPCs,
Mm,
SNDCs, and RTOs. 4 years into the 10-year plan, the USPS is providing PRC with a detailed update for its progress implementing Delivery for America. Yeah, yeah,
yep.
they got some more stuff cooking.
Oh yeah, no, they're
They
they're
got
going
some more
they're
stuff
going full
cooking.
steam ahead. They're going full steam ahead. Everything you hear about SNDCs, that I hear from the two carriers in our chat group, and what I hear from the one near me, um, yeah, like I said, for every 15 postal stories, good luck finding something that says progress, better. It's all just ugly, and they have to jam it down our throats, no matter how bad everything seems, or no matter how bad the OIG report looked. Here comes that SNDC, another one. We want to have 300 in operation by 2027, and it's awful. So, yeah, I understand that that's what they feel they have to do instead of just renting out a bunch of mom and pop shops all over the country. But man, yeah, it's just that'll be a different feeling if it ever does happen for me.
They got Jersey City. They got New Hampshire. They got Rhode Island. They got Tennessee. They got Charlotte. They got St. Louis, Missouri. Great Falls, Montana. Birmingham, Alabama, Amarillo, Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, St. Louis, Missouri. I think I said that. Cincinnati, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Columbia, South Carolina, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas. I mean, I'm not gonna go through all this list.
Mr. Badman delaying for America. I like it's,
So right
yep,
now it's
that should be cool.
56, not 59.
Mm,
56 of them,
hmm.
not 59. So yeah. So another one just launched on January 26th of 2026. Greensboro, North Carolina, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Birmingham, Alabama, and Jersey City, New Jersey. Yeah, those are just launched
Mm.
LPCs. 58. Man, y'all got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Stick to, what's going on and kind of pay attention to what's going on around you. February 16 stories is really progress. Listen, we're not going to drag this out anymore. I want my man Chooch to close this out with whatever you got to say. If you don't know, Chooch is going to leave his information in the comments somewhere. I need y'all to go click on his channel so y'all can harass this man. Please harass this man. He has a lot of good information. I speak
We
general
try.
stuff. He's going to talk to you carriers. He's going to talk to
Mm.
you.
Yeah, tried and true carrier, folks. 20 years, and I'm going strong. And I said it was a rough January, so I've been kind of lacking in content over the last couple of weeks. But this guy here always pulls me out of the woodwork and gets me on here, and it's I enjoy talking to him just as much as I enjoy talking to anybody. Nick, love you, brother. JB, all the guys in the chat, thank you as always. I appreciate the idea that I have this network of people that open my eyes to so much crazy shit. And sometimes I'm thankful, quietly thankful, to say I don't deal with nearly, some of the shit I hear is just downright vicious. And I said, well, I've seen vicious in my time, but I can control vicious. Promise you, I'm good at controlling viciousness. But a lot of people, it's just it's like a freaking, it's a reflex, like to be ready and having to expect the worst of the worst day in and day out. So, you know, I will give you as much defense mechanisms as I can, and I'll also tell you the main thing is to always keep your cool. I said, I've blown my top before and it got me nowhere. Keeping your cool and smiling in the face of stupidity is the greatest tool you can have as a carrier in this world and in this current moment. Believe me, now more than ever, nothing can happen to you as long as you're doing right by yourself and by what the rules state. So that I'm always going to be here. Hit me up. And thanks, Jay, as always, for he said, wait, getting me on here. I want to come on here constantly. I do. I said it was a rough month with the cold, two kids sick, and yeah, just getting myself back into the swing of things. So that's it from me, brother. Appreciate it.
Um, one last time. Um, I just want to, again, for those that came on late, I want to pretty much just have a quick moment of silence for our brother, because his grandma's, he feels like today is the day. And we here for you, brother. Miss Lorraine Callahan, 97 years old. Um, Again, brother, if you need to give me a call, I don't usually answer my phone for people, but for you, if you need to talk, man, just give me a shout. She is definitely not gonna be forgotten. That's a lot of memories. Um, and we love you, man. Stay strong and get back to being who you are and talking shit and arguing in the comment section. All right, brother. With that being said, Postal family, y'all get on my comments, argue, fuss, fight, do whatever it is you do, but respect each other for who we are. Yazimi, this is Mailman Chooch, and I be that mailman. No, I be that uh who am I?
You're the goat. Come on now, you're the goat.
I am
Go to
that
post.
man.
Go to postal content.
I am that man, JayH.
Damn right.
And y'all be easy. I'm
Take
out.
care. See you, folks. Take it easy.